adventurers, welcome back to my channel where today we're going to do some cool stuff preparing for our next travel. Every time that I go someplace I have a routine that I go through, and today we're going to pick up a few things, get the car maintenance, and go over just a few products that I keep in the back to make sure that we're safe when we're traveling. So let's get going and roll the intro. Okay, our first stop today is going to be to pick up our America the Beautiful Access Pass. Now what this is going to do is allow us to go to any national park that they have and then also camp in the national forests. So this costs about $80 a year, but if you do the math on this, it really is a great saving. So I'm planning on going to Mount Rushmore, Devil's Tower, Yellowstone, Grand Teton, Olympic National Park, possibly Glacier, maybe Yosemite on this trip. Not sure. We'll see where the wind takes us. But all of those are covered. Okay, without further ado, we have an annual pass. That's right. So for 1 calendar year now, we can go to any national park, any place that is maintained by the Forest Service, any Corps of Engineers site. There's like so many options that this one little pass opens up. And the nice thing about it is you can put 2 different signatures on the back, so 2 different people in your family can use this pass. So here we go. It's exciting. It's official. We're about to head out. Yay! Now, another thing I will say about the America the Beautiful Pass is that if you are using this, you can actually hang it in your window using this little thing right here, or just carry it in your wallet, depending. I usually like to just keep it in the placard because you can go through one of those little pay stations, show it to them, and be done. There is a little number on the back, and sometimes they want that, and sometimes they don't. It just kind of depends. Okay, so we got the oil changed and I picked up a few things and I nearly left my cell phone. I swear, sometimes just getting on the road is the biggest battle. It is so hot in Texas. It is so hot. While I was at Walmart getting my oil changed, I did pick up something that I really needed. Now, I usually travel with this guy right here, and I've had a couple of these and they last about a year, and then the plug starts not working. The USB still works, and that's the only saving grace I've had. I picked up this guy. Now this guy right here is going to have 2 plugs and 2 USBs. It was $29.88, and I didn't like having to bite the bullet and shell out 30 bucks just so that I can charge stuff. But the fact of the matter is, whenever I am driving down the road, I need to be able to charge my laptop, my camera, my cell phone, and all of the other things that I take with me along the road. Now this just plugs in, as you can see, to my car, so as long as my car is running, I can be charging whatever I need to, or playing a movie, or doing something like that. Whatever I need. So this is my investment for this trip. $30, you better work. We're keeping the receipt. Next up on our agenda, we're going to drive to the bank and make sure that the bank knows we're traveling. When traveling, you always want them to know what states that you could potentially be in. This will keep you from getting that nasty fraud call, or worse yet, them just turning off your card. So I just left the bank and I wanted to share a couple extra things with you. I always get quarters when I travel. Quarters are so important. Did you know that most of the national parks use quarters for their showers? That means that you have to use anywhere between $1 and $5 to take a shower. It's always important to have a roll. I also like to take these with me because there are some toll roads that only accept change and dollars, and so I keep a few dollars and some loose change. Lastly, quarters come in handy because laundry! Okay guys, clearly this is before I have packed up the back of the car, so I have a few residual items from my last trip. But while we're traveling, I always keep with me a few staples. For example, I keep a gas can with me, and I always keep it in a bag. The reason I keep it in a bag is because if I do happen to need to put some gas in it, sometimes it will leak, and I don't want that to get into my car and then make my car forever smell like gas while I'm going down the road. So gas can with a baggie is a great alternative. I have my little tool bag. The tool bag has a little bit of everything in here. I have some basic band-aids, I have a vest, so if I do have to stop on the side, people will see me. I also have some extra moist wipes in here. I have flares because some states do require road flares. And then this little pack right here, the just in case pack, is pretty handy. I had another one that was similar to this, but it has a lot of different items in here that I would need for roadside hazard and also for safety. So it's got a little medical kit and things like that in there. I always carry this. This is going to inflate my tires if I have a flat. It'll help me to get from one place to the next, especially going from climate to climate. This is really important because whenever your tires are super hot, the pressure reads a little bit differently than when they're super cold, and you always want to run them at the correct pressure. So this is super important to me. I picked this up on my last adventure. It's a little shovel. I can use this at camp, but this is also a great safety item because once it is put into place completely, I can actually use it as a weapon if I need to. So I can keep this in my tent and have a pretty substantial weapon if I need it. I also have back here some booster cables. These are great just in case I need them. Everyone should always have jumper cables that are long enough to reach from one car to the next. A lot of times you can find the very inexpensive ones, but they're only like 3 feet. That's not going to help you. So those are my basic things. And again, this is not in any kind of order. I'll show you once I get packed up how much stuff actually goes into this trunk. Typically this will be the part of the video where I show you that I'm washing my car and putting fuel in it, but it is getting kind of nasty out here, and not trying to do all that while it's pouring down rain. Okay guys, so now that we've moved inside, let me give you a couple of my packing tips. Okay guys, so this is my Gregory bag. It has backpack straps to make it easier to move around, and it's nice and padded, so no matter how much weight I put in here, it's not going to hurt my shoulders, which is cool. Inside I have all of my clothes, and as you can see, they're flat laid. And I did it a little bit differently for this bag because I wanted to be able to have super easy access to full outfits. So I have grouped things together already by full outfit, and I have an example of that right here. So I have this shirt and these leggings, and what I do is I just place them into the bag nice and neat, and that way whenever it is time to go and access an outfit for the day, I can just grab the pieces that go together and set them out to the side, and then go into my other bag where I keep all of my undergarments and socks, and I can just grab whatever goes with it for that day. So if I'm hiking, I can grab hiking socks. If I am just being casual, I can grab thinner socks, and it's really easy. It helps me a lot by keeping those two bags separately, because then you're not digging through this up here, which is packed full of socks, and this over here, which might be packed full of underwear. It's all in separate bags, which keeps your trunk much more tidy when traveling. I also keep a few long sleeves separate from everything because I never know what I'm going to encounter, and I need to have easy access to those. So I keep a few hoodies, jackets, and just long sleeve shirts kind of bunched together at the back of my trunk, and then if I encounter the cooler weather, I bring them up to the front of my trunk for easier access for the following day. Other tips I have: any cords that you have that relate to all of these devices, I recommend going to Dollar Tree and picking these little makeup things up. Basically, you can put whatever you want to in them, but these are absolutely amazing for putting all of those loose cords to keep them from going everywhere, and you can designate by color like I have here. One is actually for my cell phone gear, one is for my camera gear, so I will know which one is which. For laundry, one of these little inexpensive school boxes. I do put my dryer sheets and my pods in here, that way they do not erupt and get everywhere, and if they do happen to have a situation where they pop, they are contained. This trip I'm going to be carrying 2 separate chargers. These are great for charging your phone whenever you don't have capability of plugging in. So whenever I'm out on a hike, I can make sure that I always have good power so I can take lots of photos and things like that. This will charge my phone about once. The other one that I'm taking with me does about 2.5 times, and they are absolutely some of the most important pieces of my equipment, for sure. Also on this trip, I'm trying something a little bit different. I did get a new remote for, oops, for my camera. This is going to work for my Canon camera, and I'm really excited because this way I can set up my camera and take pictures from wherever I happen to be, which means I don't have to set the little self timer and run to get a cool picture. I also picked up one for my cell phone, so I will have both of these with me. I have already used this one. I am loving it so far. This just takes it to a whole new level of traveling solo. This is one of my 2 tripods that I have. This one I have right now set up for my cell phone with my little cell phone bracket. It also works well for my GoPro. I have another one that is like this, except for it has foam legs. Each of them serve a little bit different purpose, but they are absolutely so important whenever traveling by myself, because otherwise I do not have the ability to take photos in certain locations where I actually appear in the photo. Feeling real happy right now that we didn't decide to do that video outside. Yeah. Okay, now I want to show you guys kind of what I do with my electronics to keep them together and safe. Okay guys, this right here is just one of those inexpensive ottomans that you can find at Walmart, but it is pretty sturdy, so I've been really impressed with this. I usually just take all of my extra equipment that I don't necessarily need to access immediately and I put it in here. So my GoPro equipment, like my chest harness, I have some DVDs and a DVD player in here. I have my gimbal, my other tripod, I have my Movo shooting equipment in here. So anything that might be large that doesn't have a case specific for it, I put it in here, and then I am able to make sure nothing bad happens to it while traveling. It keeps it from shuffling around in the car. And then I can also use this whenever I get out to my campsite as a nice little chair, which is kind of cool. I'm really impressed with this actually. Hey guys, this is just another one of the little things that I do before I pack up. I always carry my shoes with these little shower caps, and the reason why I do this is because no matter what is on the bottom of my shoes, whenever it's time to put them away, I don't have that transfer onto my clothes. So it keeps everything nice and tidy and no like loose dirt or anything like that like roaming around. Okay, I went to bed, it was raining, I woke up, still raining, but we are ready to fuel up the car. We're just going to bypass the car wash. So I'm about to put a full tank of gas in, and I do track my mileage as I travel, so we will see how far this goes. Usually I get about 35 to 40 miles per gallon on the highway because I drive a very economical car. Should always think about that when traveling. Does your car get good gas mileage? If not, you might want to look into that. Okay guys, so this is the completed trunk. As you can see, it is a pretty tight fit, but everything has a place and is very organized. This is the only way that you can keep up with things while traveling, is if you have a rhyme and reason. So over here we're gonna have socks, underwear, that kind of things. In here we're gonna have our clothes. We have clothes here as well. And then toward the back there are long sleeves, which we may not have to use on the first part of the trip, but definitely will come in handy on the second trip. Now you're probably asking yourself, where is the tent? Well, it's pretty easy to access. You just pull out one bag and the tent is right behind it. I always store it in an additional plastic bag just in case it gets wet. I also have camera equipment, products, a camp chair. Everything is super easy to access despite the fact that it looks a little packed. But when you don't know how long you're going to be gone and you're going to be going through multiple climates, you do have to overpack.